So Trump gave a speech to the UN General Assembly, and it was an absolute dumpster fire. So I have some clips here spliced together by Zeteo, and just prepare yourself, because as bad as you think it is, it's actually worse. Take a look.
The teleprompter is not working, and whoever's operating this teleprompter is in big trouble. I ended 7 wars, dealt with the leaders of each and every one of these countries, and never even received a phone call from the United Nations offering to help. All I got from the United Nations was an escalator that on the way up stopped right in the middle. If the First Lady wasn't in great shape, she would have fallen. But she's in great shape. These are the two.
Now, by the way, come to find out, somebody that was in Trump's group of people accidentally shut the escalator down. But MAGA was reacting like World War III just started. And they were saying that, you know, we need to leave the United Nations. We need to attack the United Nations. We need to do an investigation. We need to figure out who's responsible and bring him to justice. This was a threat. They could have assassinated him. Like, they're saying all these different things. Meanwhile, it was somebody from Trump's group that accidentally shut the escalator down. That just encapsulates perfectly these fucking clowns.
First Lady wasn't in great shape. She would have fallen. But she's in great shape. These are the 2 things I got from the United Nations, a bad escalator and a bad teleprompter. Everyone says that I should get the Nobel Peace Prize for each one of these achievements. The number 1 political issue of our time, the crisis of uncontrolled migration. It's uncontrolled. Your countries are being ruined. Do you have to end it now? Let's see, I can tell you. I'm really good at this stuff. Your countries are going to hell. I look at London.
I'm really good at this stuff. Your countries are going to hell. Your country... Jesus Christ. Look, I have to say, I don't normally think of things in this way, but I actually told Crystal at the end of this speech, I was like, it is humiliating right now to be an American. It is humiliating. Because this motherfucker is supposed to represent us. So how many people in other countries look at Trump and start thinking like, I guess all the Americans are kind of like that to one extent or another. They elected him. But it's like, no, I'm telling you, more than half of us fucking despise this guy. Holy shit.
I'm really good at this stuff. Your countries are going to hell. I look at London, where you have a terrible mayor, terrible mayor. And it's been so changed. Now they want to go to Sharia law.
Oh, what a loathsome fucking bigot. Holy shit. No, London is not moving to Sharia law because they have a Muslim mayor. Oh my God.
Getting rid of the falsely named renewables. By the way, they're a joke. They don't work. If you don't get away from this green scam, your country is going to fail. And I'm really good at predicting things, you know? They actually said during the campaign, they had a hat, the best-selling hat. Trump was right about everything. And I don't say that in a braggadocious way, but it's true. I've been right about everything.
Something has died in me, y'all. Something has died in me. Like, what the fuck is this? This doesn't even feel like real life, right? This doesn't even feel like real life. This feels fake.
In the United States, we have still radicalized environmentalists. And they want the factories to stop. Everything should stop. No more cows. We don't want cows anymore. I guess they want to kill all the cows.
What? By the way, it's Rich, him talking about the environmentalists. They want the factories to go away. You're making our factories go away. Your policies are screwing over workers in this country. We lost 800,000 manufacturing jobs, more than that, because of your fucking dumbass tariff policy and you shutting down all the bills that Joe Biden passed, which were going to create hundreds of thousands of factory jobs. Oh my God.
And we have a shape, and that shape doesn't just go straight up. That shape is amorphous when it comes to the atmosphere. But the problem is that other countries, like China, which has air that's a little bit rough, it blows. And no matter what you're doing down here, the air up here tends to get very dirty because it comes in from other countries where their air isn't so clean.
Yeah, that's his whole shtick as to why we need to gut the EPA and have no environmental regulations. His whole shtick is like, well, the air's the air, and the air is going to come from polluted places and come to where we are. So, like, why should we do anything to try to fix our air and fix our water and make sure everything's good? We should just be as dirty and disgusting as countries with no environmental regulations.
And free speech and free expression. Let us protect religious liberty, including for the most...
He brings up defending free speech and free expression literally the same week he's waging a fucking war on free speech in this country.
In free expression, let us protect religious liberty, including for the most persecuted religion on the planet today. It's called Christianity.
I'm done, man. I listen to that and I'm like, is there really any way he even believes all that? And I don't know. I don't know the answer to that, but it is fucking, I mean, just so insufferable. Who can support this guy? Who can support this guy? It's like he wages a war not only on science, but also like reason and intellect. Like none of that shit is accurate. He's just a bloviating old man who isn't even fit to fucking manage an Arby's, never mind run a country, never mind the most powerful country on earth. Jesus Christ. But I'm not done. I got other examples for you. So here's Trump flat out lying about his poll numbers. Here's what he said.
The American public agrees with it. I mean, I was very proud to see this morning I have the highest poll numbers I've ever had. Part of it is because of what we've done on the border. I guess the other part is what we've done in the economy. Joe Biden. Inflation is up. Unemployment is up. All the economic indicators that we have a massive downturn coming. He's like, people love how I'm doing on the economy. His policies empowered murderous gangs, human smugglers, child traffickers, drug cartels, and prisoners from all over the world. So anyway, needless to say, his, my approval rating is the highest it's ever been. Completely and utterly false. In fact, it's some of the lowest he's ever had. 37%, 38%. Maybe the high in one poll is like 42%. But he's at a low now, and he's pretending like he's at a high because he doesn't. I'm telling you guys, he is a right-wing postmodernist to a T. There is no objective truth. There's only his truth that he makes up, and then he runs with it, and he hammers it home day in and day out. All right, so we also have this. This is incredible. French President Emmanuel Macron was stopped by police in New York City last night after roads were blocked for Donald Trump's motorcade. He called Trump and said, "Guess what? I'm waiting in the street because everything is closed for you." Macron had to walk 30 minutes through Manhattan. The French president casually walking through Manhattan. Watch this.
I'm sorry, I'm the president. I'm really sorry. It's just that everything's in frozen right now. There's a motorcade coming right now. I'm sorry.
If you don't see it, let me cross. How are you? Guess what? I'm waiting in the street because everything is frozen for you. Are we ready for a while?
Imagine walking around in New York City and like casually seeing the French president taking pictures with people. Look at his face. He's like, I do not want to be doing this right now. I want to be at the UN.
Look at me.
Voilà.
Thank you. Take care. Thank you.
How about this? Daniel Dale, he decided to actually do his job on CNN and actually fact check some of the horse shit that Trump was saying, and he gave us this segment. Take a look.
There are a lot of issues there. So first of all, some of the conflicts he's counting as wars he resolved were not actually wars at all. For example, Egypt and Ethiopia have argued over an Ethiopian dam project on the Blue Nile, but they were not in a raging war in which thousands of people were being killed.
Can we just point out the fact that anybody has to explain, no, Trump didn't stop 7 wars. The fact that that even needs to be said is incredibly fucking disturbing. I mean, it is just wild to me that he can come up with the most bombastic, insane claim and like 70% of his supporters immediately believe it.
Similarly, Trump has claimed that he prevented conflict between Serbia and Kosovo from resuming, but they were not in a raging war either. In addition, the conflict involving the Democratic Republic of Congo and neighboring Rwanda has not actually been resolved. We have good reporting from just a day ago talking about how hostilities have continued despite the peace deal that was signed under President Trump. And then in addition to that, India denies that President Trump was responsible for mediating its ceasefire, its truce with neighboring Pakistan. So a whole lot of issues with just that one claim. And Pamela, there were a whole bunch of other claims that were just out and out false. So I don't even have time to run through all of them. But on inflation, President Trump said that grocery prices are down during this presidency. They're up, and the pace of the increases is accelerating as the tariffs take effect. He has claimed that inflation has been defeated in general. No, inflation is also accelerating. It was 2.9% last month, up from 2.7%. He said that European electricity bills are high, which is true, but that ours are coming way down. No, in the U.S., they are increasing sharply, up 6.2% in August compared to a year prior. And there were a whole bunch of other topics. He claimed that he has secured $17 trillion in investment in the U.S. Well, just yesterday, his own White House press secretary said it was about $9 trillion in investment. So I don't know where the additional $8 trillion in a day has come from. And even that initial $9 trillion the press secretary claimed is highly dubious, counting a whole bunch of things that aren't actually spending, but rather are vague commitments from various countries. You and Kylie addressed the environmental claims. I just want to address one more. He claimed that China builds a lot of wind turbines and manufactures them for others, but refuses to use it itself, barely uses wind power. In fact, China is the world leader in the use of wind power. It is building additional wind power.
It's unbelievable. Every fucking word is a lie.
In China, far faster than the pace at which the U.S. is building in the United States itself. So the idea that China is just, foisting this terrible source of energy on other countries while refusing to use it is a reversal of reality.
I can't, bro. What do you do when you've actually entered a post-truth world? I don't know the answer to that. Because I'm sitting here like a fucking wonk, like a nerd, going, sir, that's not actually technically correct. That's factually wrong, and here's why. And like, what do you do when the people with the fucking bigger megaphone are the ones who are spewing the bullshit 24/7? I don't have the answer to that. But I know it's absolute poison. It's absolute cancer in our politics. There's no doubt about that. None whatsoever. But I'm still not done because I got to show you this. The U.S. Secret Service tweeted, the Secret Service dismantled a network of more than 300 SIM servers and 100,000 SIM cards in the New York area that were capable of crippling telecom systems and carrying out anonymous telephonic attacks during disrupting, the threat before world leaders arrived for the UN General Assembly. So there's been some reports on this here, and the fact that there's no specific country named leads me to believe this was Israel. So Israel was planning some mass hacking event to gain intelligence, to gain leverage on all these countries that are now saying, yes, you're committing a genocide. Yes, we want to recognize a Palestinian state. That's what this is, in my opinion. I feel like Israel is probably trying to gain some leverage, gain some intelligence, and, they're notoriously unscrupulous. And so here we are. And by the way, I should also point out, they banned, Trump decided to ban the Palestinian delegation, the Palestinian Authority, from coming to this. The Iranians, I think, were allowed to come, but he banned them from going to Costco or some shit. They're just so petty, so fucking ridiculous. Meanwhile, welcoming with open arms the fucking former Al-Qaeda leader of Syria. This is a sick fucking joke, what we're witnessing here. So I'm telling you, these 4 years can't come to a close soon enough, because this country, I don't know if we're even going to survive the absolute onslaught of devastation that's happening because of this regime. Hey y'all, do me a favor and like and subscribe. It helps out big time in the algorithm. Click the bell as well for notifications when videos drop, and watch that video on screen right now. You know you want to.